Here, I'm gently slapping her shoulder, encouraging her to take one step forward. I'm not looking for her to walk away. I'm looking for her to just move forward with the one foot that is closest to me. Even when a girth is sufficiently tight, saddles can still shift on the rounder horses like Miss Farrah. Before I swing my leg over, I spend a bit of time standing on the one side with my hip turned into the side of the saddle. This gives the appearance of me fully mounted to Farrah, but still allows me to quickly dismount if she struggles too much. Once my leg swings over, the game changes a bit and I become more stuck on her. I don't swing my leg over until I feel a horse can handle a few solid side rides. I want to apologize for the quality of this video. It is an older video that I took years ago to share with the owners, or to just have for my own records. I had no plans of it being a social media shared video, but I've decided to do my best to enhance the images and do some voiceovers. This way, I could still share the educational value within this footage. I'm waving my right hand up and down in the air, trying to encourage her to drive forward a step or two. I'm not physically touching her. My left hand is pointing forward for her to understand where the driving energy is telling her to go. I love this sweet check-in. And we're up! I make sure that I keep a hold of her nose slightly to her left. This helps me to ask her to stop if she were to truly begin to panic. If I need to dismount before her feet are still, bending her to her left secures the space for myself beside her. Once my feet hit the ground, she will spin away from me, not on top of me. In our last session, Farrah found the comfort of another horse who had been standing at this spot. To help her today, I brought her back to that spot even though the other horse wasn't even standing there.
Having the kiss cue installed makes it much better for her than me kicking her or moving on her or doing something silly on her, scaring her.
I always make a note of things like bobbing their head. Scared horses might bob their head in indecision. They might bob their head looking to lower their head completely to release some adrenaline. But also a horse with history might have issues with fear of equipment, namely a bit. I don't use bits, but Farrah might make a riding connection to pain associated with previous misuse of or ill-fitting equipment. I'm so proud of her for passing the horse that was standing at the fence. To this point, I had used the comfort of going to the horse on the fence as a confidence builder.
Because I don't want her to be worried that I'm going to hold her tight and make her claustrophobic. She's trying to come up with some adrenaline right now. So I'm going to give her something to do. We're going to circle around those barrels. Yes, knees walk. All weight on her.
Having that horse there at the fence gives me a place to take Farrah. You might think of this as a game of approach and retreat. We approach the idea of getting farther away, but are able to retreat to the comfort of that other horse if anxiety builds. I don't use this to create buddy sourness. I use this to help a horse who is clearly terrified of the human dragging her out of her comfort zone. You might even note here, the other horse walks away in the opposite direction of the way Farrah and I are headed.
Notice how she put one foot forward. That was to ask me if that is what I want. Then go on the other barrel. Go a little bit further away from her sweet spot. And then we'll go ahead and take her back.
Here I'm just talking about increasing the distance away from her safe spot.
Start to decide
Now Farrah has extreme anxiety about seeing things out of her right eye. So I'm going to approach showing her things out of her right eye a little carefully. I'm also going to make sure that I put the world back in her left eye when she needs me to.
Quite a bit more if I give her a second. The further away we go from the sweet spot, the harder it is for her. The more likely to lower the head over there. So we'll go over there and see if we can get her to get her head down a little bit further. Right there. Now we're going back to the other side. There. Ask her to put her head down. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. All horses have to pass the high bob test. Of course, I'm going to get ready for that on the first one now. But you raise your hand and you yell at your neighbor, "Hi, Bob!" Good girl. She didn't pass that test the first day.
Here I'm talking about the high bob. What high bob is for me is a way to make loud noises and hands above my head to ensure that the horse doesn't have fear issues based around that activity. I equate it with seeing your neighbor across the street, out getting his mail and wanting to acknowledge him through waving and yelling. Hi, Bob.
Walk. Wait on her. Might ask her to sit her on down a little bit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Put your head down way over here. Good girl. Now that's the guy that we worry about, but he's not being too bad today. I actually got a little call from him. Good girl. And I mentioned the big horse and danger, so he seemed to be a little respectful there. Hopefully in the next 20 minutes I'll be done, so we don't find out he goes the other way. Good girl. Let's go. Let's go somewhere. Let's go to that barrel. Let's go to that barrel. Let's get that barrel. You think about it all you want. You think. Yep. There it is. Good. Good. You're all right.
A single kiss is my walk cue. I kiss pause, kiss pause, kiss pause until the first step is taken. Then I go completely quiet as a way to let her know she found the right answer.
Now, obviously, I'm not in good riding form in terms of my reins. I keep my reins free. I allow them to take their head when they need their head. I allow them to have all that freedom. I don't catch them in the face. I don't catch them on the nose. If I had a bit in her mouth, I wouldn't want to catch her in the mouth before. I don't want her to see me out of that eye yet, so I'm going to keep her some in this eye. Good girl. Now I'm going to ask her to see me out of this eye. I'm going to change the fire on her feet a little bit. A little confident this way. You got a little problem with energy when it comes to seeing me out.
Here I'm showing her a little bit more of the world out of that right eye, and notice the change in her energy and her confidence. I would not leave her in that frame of mind for very long before I would show her the world again in her left eye.
Now challenge her and ask her to stay going this way. You're okay. Going back to the gate. Comfortable. Does not like to do that. Good girl. So just try to get as comfortable with that.
Have you noticed the increase in head bobbing? That would lead me to connect it to anxiety and a need to release adrenaline more than fear of some equipment that I'm not even using.
Successful. So I'm going to ask her to go for a walk, keeping me in this side. Maybe I'll go around that barrel and come back this way and turn and face that barrel. And then we'll quit there. Give her a chance to keep me road. You see where the trouble spot is? It's definitely that eye. But I want to go ahead and make her feel successful. So I'm going to ask her to go for a walk, keeping me in this side. Maybe I'll go around that barrel and come back this way and turn and face that barrel.
I might even make the decision to let a horse roll as a reward about now, as the head bobbing leads me to conclude that she is holding a lot of tension because of this experience. Allowing a roll at the end helps ensure their belief that there is relief from the tension clearly caused by this activity. Here I'm trying to encourage her to let go of some of the tension by lowering her head and keeping it low for a second. If you feel that a horse is holding a lot of tension in their body and they start bobbing their head like that, it's an indication that they're asking if they could please relieve some of this adrenaline by lowering their head. The best thing you can do for them is give them that moment. We should all strive to listen to our horses and help them when they ask for our help.
So, because she still has panic in her, I'm going to hold her nose just enough to make sure it's possible.
Because Farrah was getting severely stuck in her fear, I decided that tomorrow was another day. Asking a horse to push through so that it could be my idea to end helps a horse learn to give an effort believing that it can lead to an end. When she was stuck, I just asked for one more try. The message she would get from that is recognition for her try and giving her the end that she so clearly needs.
She tends to do that with me, just kind of like, anything else you need to do?
Here, I'm just trying to help her know that she is free to go. Even after I'd walked away, she remained stuck.
Let's see if he's behaving. We'll hear him, no problem. He ain't got as loud as his old car, but we'll hear. That's not bad. There it goes. He's so touchy. He did wait till he was kind of fast, though. He didn't do it right after horses unless they're at that far end. He's still standing there. This is what she knows she needs to do for herself to come down off of all that adrenaline. That's all she's gonna do. That's okay. It was a long decision to decide to even do that. Yeah. Do you do the other side? Because I don't think you know how to get all the way over. No, she's done.